Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
Wondery's new podcast, This Job is History, is hosted by Chris Parnell from Saturday Night Live and Rick and Morty. Steeped in factual history, this brilliantly funny podcast delves into quirky and absurd jobs from the past. Clock in and listen to This Job is History on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens?
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on Ye Olde Bravs. I'm Ronnie, and that's Ben over there. How are you, my little Banooni Bontuni Pontaluni?
I am so great, Ronnie. How are you doing?
Good to hear ya, everybody. This is Top Chef Day. We are extremely excited because we love Top Chef. Okay. We are putting Top Chef on Friday this week, and we are putting Real Housewives of Miami up on Monday for the simple reason that Top Chef is sweet and gives us a screener, and Miami doesn't. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's how it works. That's how it
It's
works
as
around these
simple
parts.
as that. Just logistics for us. That way we can have a life.
So thank you to Top Chef also for that. But we are not ditching Miami, of course. That will be on Monday. So our tour is still going on through June. This month, super fun month. We've got a couple weekends coming up to finish it out. We've got Toronto. Nope, that's wrong. We have got Denver, Salt Lake City, Seattle, and San Francisco. So in the next couple of weeks, go get ticket links at watchwhatcrappens.com. You can also find our Patreon link. That is where you find our videos and bonus episodes, etc., etc. Later, after this month, we're going to be going to Toronto, Philadelphia, New York City, Washington, D.C., San Diego, St. Paul, Chicago, Columbus, Boston. We're going to finish out at the Foxwood Casino in Mashantucket, Connecticut. So thanks for everybody who's come. We love meeting you and can't wait to get back out there next week, baby.
I know. Do I sound weird? I just moved my laptop by accident, and I don't want to have a situation where I have to go into chipmunk voice again. Am I okay? Am I normal to the world?
You're good. Yeah, I heard you doing something over there, but I heard a zip and then some weird.
It was okay. Full transparency. I was removing the laptop stand from beneath my laptop, and it probably sounded like I was butchering a cow.
So this episode is called Rice, Rice, Baby. To Gail.
It's all about rice. So we pick up, loving this. By the way, loving the season so far. 2 episodes in, absolutely love it. But we pick up, we're in the stew room after the eliminations from last week, and Buddha is sitting around saying, Samuel leaving really speaks to a lot of what this competition is about. I mean, he was the winner of Top Chef France, and if he thought about it, he would have shaped his food like the Eiffel Tower. His loss.
On Top Chef, you have to be on the ball every challenge. Thanks, Buddha. Guess who these people are that you've talked to? All Top Chef winners. Okay. Or people who have almost won. They also know. Okay. They don't
Or
need
Sarah.
They may not have won very many teeth, but they came very close to winning Top Chef. Sarah?
And Sarah's like, yeah, the last dish that you put up, that counts. Don't you mean the last weed that you grow and put on your plate in your case?
Yeah. So then we go back to the hotel and we get a Sarah monologue. She's like, since Top Chef 16, I've had 2 children, Lula and Hazel. Wasn't she on like a year ago? When was she on? I feel like Sarah's very recent.
I know. I feel that way too. But you know why? She's not. But there was a girl who had Sarah energy on the last one who lost to Buddha. She was like a finalist. But like, when you think of that girl, you think of Sarah too at the same time.
Oh, not me. I'm a Sarah lover. I only think of Sarah. And it's for reasons like this. I've got 2 children now named Lula and Hazel. I'm still breastfeeding, and I will continue to pump and send milk home to my husband to feed my children, plus add on top of crops while it's not growing season. Because I want to show people that you can have a family and be a chef Also, that they should trust the Postal Service enough to carry human milk to babies, which surely isn't dangerous at all. I'm like, what the fuck kind of Kentucky bullshit is that? Okay, get some damn formula. Sending your milk
I
to
know.
Kentucky from London? Come on.
Meanwhile, there's some bougie lady. Like we're like, wow, sending breast milk to Kentucky from London. But there's some bougie lady being like, oh, I get my breast milk imported from London, actually.
I would respect that more. If she said, listen, I have 2 children, Lula and Hazel, and I'm still breastfeeding just to show I can sell my milk to other babies to make a profit while my kids are on goddamn powder, because that's called capitalism, okay? Welcome to Kentucky or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry about your food standards, How come restaurants have to go through a grading system, but breast milk you could just put in a fucking postal box and send it overseas?
Just sloshing around on people's mail. It is very cool she's doing that. So then now they go to the kitchen and Pam's like, good morning, non-famous people. Who here hasn't been to Paris still? Wow, Sarah, you didn't go to Paris last night?
Hey, Sarah, you know how you put things on top of crops while they're not growing? Well, this is called a crop top. Please don't try and spray breast milk or weeds on it. It'd be really nice, okay?
Everyone, please give a warm welcome to this week's guest judge, Michelin-starred chef Santiago Lastra. His restaurant, Cole, right here in London, is way too expensive for all of you. So here's a slideshow. Pretend you're eating.
He's important enough that he has his own gel dishwashing mat to stand on right next to me.
I noticed that.
And his restaurant, Cole, right here in London, is the only Michelin-starred restaurant in all of the UK. There's a reason the initials for this place are UCK.
Gail was so excited to eat at Cole, mainly because she was excited to try eating charcoal for the first time, raw.
The
She's got
first
very
time I
confused.
told Gail about that restaurant, she said, wow, the same place I buy all of my dresses? There's not an apostrophe S, stupid, okay? You ate that on the way here.
She's a big fan of the Lauren Conrad collection. Anyway, chefs, who's ready to crack the next quick fire?
Oh,
Whether you're going to a nice meal,
that's
or
right.
just
You're cooking with crack.
Whether
sorry.
you're going out to a nice meal or just visiting a friend, Sarah can't afford it. The way people welcome you is just by offering you a little bite to eat. Gail's worst nightmare. A little
Or a
bite.
Something Gail's never tried. A small bite. Yeah, the way for people to welcome you is a small bite. Or a squirt of breast milk. Am I right, Sarah? Please put that away, Sarah. Please. So we want you to make us the perfect amuse-bouche. And using some of these unique ingredients, but you can only choose one ingredient, and your bite needs to fit on. Hold on.
A Ritz cracker.
A handy wipe from our friends at Handy Wipes. There you go.
So it's a Ritz cracker challenge. That's like, I love when we do this, when we bring our American reality show to London. I'm like, now everyone cook on crackers. Ritz crackers. Tomorrow Velveeta.
Yeah. I like that Ritz cracker. I love whoever's working over there on the ad team, because they're like, listen, we're going to be part of a challenge, and we're not going to just be some little, put it on a cracker. And then we want you to mention Ritz every moment. And this guest judge is totally into it. He's like, I didn't really cook until I was 15. Because, Padma sets them up, right? She goes, who grew up with Ritz? Who? Oh, Sarah, sorry, Sarah, not you. I didn't say pebbles. I didn't say pebbles from the ground. Ritz crackers? Oh, Santiago, you also did. Tell us about it. And he goes, he's like,
tell us about your vital memories involving the Ritz cracker family of products.
Well, I didn't really cook it until I was 15. And I went to a supermarket and I saw this Ritz cracker box. And there was this recipe for a crab dip. So I made it for my family and they like it. And I got a little bit obsessed. Are you saying if it weren't for that box of Ritz crackers, you wouldn't be a chef?
You wouldn't even have a Michelin star? Are you saying the road to a Michelin star involves a Ritz cracker box?
And he's like, I would be a banker or something. And they're like, ha ha,
Gross.
ha ha ha,
Gross.
ha, ha.
Disgusting.
That is horrible. That's the worst thing a guest judge has ever said.
Ew. So you'd work a 9-to-5 job? God, thank God for the Ritz cracker.
Wow, a banker. I might have married you in that life if you were 60 years older. Anyway, chefs.
Wow. You know what would have been even worse? You being a cashier at the Ross Dress for Less when Gail walks in. Thank God for Ritz.
Ritz is on a mission to make the world a more welcoming place.
This is almost as bad as those M&M bags that are like, we're turning our logo upside down to subvert the paradigm with M&Ms. Which is a real thing, by the way.
I know. We saw that this weekend. Where were we?
Atlanta. I mean, look,
saw it in
I
Atlanta,
support
yeah.
it. It's just such a funny thing. We want to subvert the paradigm and turn things upside down for women, courtesy of M&Ms.
That way, whenever you grab the M&M bag and you take it out of the pantry and M&Ms fall all over the floor, we can all together say in unison, "Goddamn women!"
You open it up upside down. Sisters are doing it for themselves, including spilling M&Ms everywhere because we turned the bag upside down.
By the way, thank you for M&M's packaging to show us that, sure, some women are sexy green M&Ms, but some women like wearing glasses and other women wear sneakers too. Wow.
Wow. Try that on, Ritz. Anyway.
Sarah, M&Ms are chocolate candies that you pay for.
Poor Sarah. She thinks they're called WWs now, which is a whole other organization.
What are MGMs? It's a movie studio, Sarah. Please be quiet.
Anyway, Ritz is changing the world with crackers, okay? So we want you to transform. Ritz Crackers is on a mission to make the world a more welcoming place because it turns out the way you solve racism is with Ritz Crackers. So we want to transport us. We want you to transport us around the globe on your magic Ritz carpet crackers. Cracker carpet.
So they have to choose some unique ingredients, okay? And there's some jackfruit there. There's some yeast extract. And Padma's like, since Ritz is so versatile, we thought we would put that to the test.
I'm going to put you in groups of 3, okay? Stupid, stupid, stupid together. Poor, poor, poor together. Unfamous, unfamous, unfamous together. And gross, gross, gross.
But this is not a team challenge. You'll be going head to head within your group. That means you'll have 30 minutes to make an amuse-bouche using not one, but all 3 of your terrible, stupid, gross ingredients.
So just to recap, the Ritz Cracker family of products wants to make the world a more welcoming place by pitting you against each other and not having you work as a team.
Country versus country. Thanks, Ritz. So Sylvia, my favorite, goes, I don't get it. And she tells us,
too many twists.
Too many twists for one Polish girl. Come on.
Can you put potato on Ritz?
Yeah,
So-
this is a little, I guess maybe it's just the way they've written these explanations, but it's too much. Badman goes, we'll pick our favorite amuse-bouche from each group, and then we'll pick an overall winner from our 5 favorites, and then Ritz Cracker will make love to the green M&M, and then read our results upside down, and the upside down number will be the winner.
And then we're going to put 2 Ritz Crackers on Gail's eyelids while she's asleep. Wake her up and tell her she's lost her vision.
Usually she uses pepperonis, so this is really going to throw her for a loop.
Not only is immunity on the line, but your dignity. Okay, everyone. Time starts now.
So they get to cooking, and Luciana is using wasabi, capers, and plantains. She's on that team. And Dale is on the same team. And Dale's like, I have 0 experience with plantains. Like, we know Gail, you know? I mean, Dale. Sorry, we know.
And then Victoire is on a team that there's one team that has yeast extract, hibiscus, and what was the third thing they had as their thing? Kumquat, maybe? No, it was like kumquat.
Hibiscus, herbal drink from hibiscus flowers is what May's making. And then she's using the yeast extract. I don't know.
It comes back. I have it in my notes later. And then Amar is on a team doing botarga and oyster leaves and piquilla peppers. And Amar's like very happy because they work well together. And Begonia's like, I like working with botarga because my name is Begonia and sort of like botarga. It works.
And Gabby is smelling the jackfruit like, beautiful, which I've never seen anybody do that with the jackfruit. Doesn't jackfruit smell like feet?
That's durian.
Oh,
that's
thank
like that.
you.
Yeah, but they look like that. And then Dawn's talking about how after the first Top Chef, she got like so many good responses about her food and that she's opening up a restaurant soon. I was like, okay, so this is your last episode. Got it. I understand.
Oh, the poor Dawn.
Poor Dawn.
In the last episode when she's like, when I first did Top Chef, it took me 4 or 5 challenges to get comfortable, and I hope I'm afforded that grace this time. And I was like, uh-oh, not looking good for Dawn. It's like, it's just going to take me 5 challenges, guys.
Won't be a problem. And then Sarah's frying crackers, and she's going to be working with like horseradish and goat cheese and guajillo peppers. And she says, yeah, well, Ritz crackers are such an important part of Southern cuisine. Not only did I grow up eating Ritz crackers, but we serve them in my restaurant. Shocker! Sorry, continue.
Wow, what is that, 5 stars in Kentucky? So Candace smiles like, I owned a catering company for years, and I'm used to making small bites. So I'm going to take guajillo peppers, goat cheese, horseradish, and more importantly, a semi-confused smile to compose this tiny little amuse.
So they're just like cooking, and Dale is decided he's going to use like the plantains in his batter for making fish and chips, and like May is feeling good about everything. And
chefs, you have the time that Frenchie was here left. 5 minutes.
So they're plating. They're doing all sorts of cooking stuff. I didn't really write down notes about this. It's just like hubbub in the kitchen, you know?
Hands up, crackers down. I said on the floor, Sarah. I'm just kidding.
Sarah, stop juggling those Ritz crackers. I know it's an essential part of the Kentucky Arts program, but now's not the time.
So Begonia missed one. She didn't have time to plate one, which is sad because I love Begonia. And Padma brings up Sarah, Nicole, and Sylvia. Come on up. And Santiago's like, I'm so excited. It's the gel mat. I know. Don't let it go to your head.
Don't worry. You'll soon be very disappointed by all these normals soon enough. So Sarah presents a brown butter and guajillo fried cracker with goat cheese and pepper jelly and apple and horseradish.
Man, and then we really will fry fucking anything in the South. We are ridiculous. We are collectively ridiculous.
I know. Frying a cracker.
In butter.
And then Nicole is Canada smile, and she makes grilled bavette with goat cheese and horseradish and salsa matcha.
And Sylvia does something on a pillow of goat cheese. And so Padma's like, wow, all of these are delicious. This is going to be like Tom when he's around me. Really, really hard, but only for a couple of minutes. Come with me, Santiago. Turn around. Let's pretend like we're in a different room. And so
Santiago, let's do what I do when I'm with my good friend Ali Wong. Separate ourselves from everyone else and talk.
Let's talk to Gail's best friend, the booze bottles behind us, because for whatever reason, that's what that wall is decorated with. It's all booze. So we just hear them saying little things. She's like, different notes, and he's like, yes, pillow, goat cheese, layers, like layers, notes, layers, jackfruit. Am I right?
So many notes. I love hearing these random snippets they choose. Disgusting. She's poor. Okay. Well, I think we have a winner. America for infiltrating Britain with these Ritz crackers.
So their favorite belonged to Nicole, Canada Smile. And so Santiago's like, it had an unexpected intensity, you know? And she's like, oh, yeah, I sure do, buddy. I sure do. So
Oh,
then,
unexpected intensity. Oh, I sure know. We've all seen Gail after a dress barn sale.
so then we see Tom, Amar, and Begonia. They're called up, and Padma's like, "Wait, what happened, Begonia? What happened?" And Begonia's like, "I was in another world." And Padma says, "You ran out of time. Is that what you mean by that?"
And she goes, yes, it was really stupid. Okay, well, tell Santiago what he's eating, because obviously I'm not eating your stupid food that took too long.
I love that they can't even half it so that she can taste it.
I know.
Padma's such a baby. And so Begonia's like, I mean, I know that she couldn't still win, but just so you could taste it, you know?
Yeah.
And Begonia's like, it's oyster leaf, mousse, and butaga. And Santiago's like, I love the flavor of the sea. And Padma goes, I love seas. I wish I could taste it, loser.
Wow, I'm going to be like Gail at a exclusive Hollywood party, wondering what it's like. That's me right now.
Now be gone, yeah?
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens.
It's called me time for a reason, so working out should work on your time.
And you know how I love to work out is with Peloton. I'm a big Peloton person. I literally just broke a personal record 2 days ago. I'm so proud of myself. And the Peloton tread is so cool because it's pretty compact, even though it's like full size. And you get like a really great running or walking workout on it.
Work out when it works for you. Peloton works into your day, not the other way around. You don't have to clear your schedule to work out. And whether you have 20 minutes to squeeze in a scenic hike or just 10 minutes for a power walk, Peloton makes it easy to find the me time that you're craving.
It's so true. It's more than just a bike. It is that treadmill also. It's so fun, okay? It's not another boring stroll on a treadmill.
There are classes for every level. You could try a short scenic hike, a beginner boot camp, or even a power walk to country pop.
No matter where you're starting from, Peloton's expert instructors are there to guide you with contagious energy and supportive instruction to really take the guesswork out of working out.
Try Peloton Tread risk-free with the 30-day home trial. New members only, not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.
In the aftermath of a shocking crime, people always ask why. Why would someone do something like that? What could possibly push them to commit such a horrible act? Was it money? Revenge? What makes people like that tick? I'm Candace DeLong, host of the podcast Killer Psyche, where I explain the thoughts, motivation, and behaviors of the most violent figures in history. You may think you know these cases, but trust me, you do not. Using my decades of experience as an FBI agent and criminal profiler, I dig deeper into the twisted psychology of why. Many of the cases covered on Killer Psyche I actually worked on, like the serial killer Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, and Dennis Rader, also known as BTK. Follow Killer Psyche wherever you get your podcast. You can listen ad-free on the Amazon Music or Wondery app.
Commercial.
So Amar makes a smoked cod dip with avocado, mustard seeds, and shaved botarga. And Padma goes, huh, and I thought I wasn't going to eat a lot today, because she like stuffs her mouth. Wow, it's great to walk in Gail's shoes for once.
Just kidding. She's never thought she wasn't going to eat a lot any day of her life. It's literally on her vision board every year. You know, I asked Gail to come over one day and make a vision board, and it was just ice cream. That's all she had.
Just the
Different kinds
back of a
ice creams.
tricks box. So now they go back to Tom has a shrimp cocktail. Tom, the German guy, is like, do you see a shrimp cocktail my way? I'm like, why is this shrimp cocktail wearing a leather harness?
And Tom wins. He gets the best one.
And we hear,
Congrats, Tom. It was very yummy. Unlike Begonia. Hey, Begonia, guess what you're going to be doing once you get kicked off of this show? It's the first 3 letters of your name. Get used to it. Need a hat to take out on the street with you? How dare you not feed me?
By the way, I have to say, I also love the snippets from the deliberations where it's like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yes, the ratio.
Ignored. Alone.
Did she mean
I'm
to
making a
leave one
begging
off?
joke.
Sorry, me. I interrupted the other me.
Did you mean to interrupt me?
Yes, because I just couldn't wait to hear what other me had to say. The ratio.
So the next group comes up. It's Charbel, Luciana, and Dale. And their ingredients are wasabi, plantains, and capers, which actually I have to say go together better than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I guess. So Charbel made a sauteed corn and capers with plantain, which sounds lame as hell to me. Like sauteed some corn.
Yeah.
And Dale made plantain fried cod with wasabi, caper aioli, and fried capers.
That
And
sounds
his actually
delicious.
looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah. And Padma goes, I've never seen a plantain used that way. Of course, I'm referring to Sarah in the corner using a plantain as a harmonica. Bravo.
And Luciana did a plantain salsa with fried capers and wasabi. And their favorite is Dale.
Wow. Congratulations, Canadian. So now the next group has to deal with yeast extract, kumquat, and hibiscus. So it was kumquat. And it's Victoire and May and Ali.
This
and
one's crazy. This one's crazy to me. This is one of those that's just not okay.
Yeah, it's a weird one. And Pam is like, these are all so different and yet all so deeply unappealing. Of course, I'm talking about the chef testants, am I right?
And May was smart. She made like a little spicy jam, which of course goes really well on a cracker, right? It's like a cracker challenge. So she ends up winning. And Padma's like, wow, May, yours was really different. And you really understood the proportion of cracker to topping.
Reminds me of the time when Gail actually took Ritz crackers and put them in her hair and said, I'm starting a fashion trend. And I said, you'll never start a fashion trend, Gail. And then I left her in the elevator and walked away.
Unfortunately, she walked straight out onto the streets of New York City and pigeons attacked her immediately. All I could think was, I warned you, stupid.
As I watched her from the window of the Princeton Club having cocktails with Lupita Nyong'o.
Dear friend, she. So next up, Gabri, Don, and Buddha. They had jackfruit, tamarind, and caviar cream.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. Because I'm just imagining a situation where that all happened, and like for whatever reason, Gail did not take the elevator up to the Princeton Club and went out onto the street with them as crackers. Like, what happened? Why did Gail not join for Lupita Nyong'o?
So jackfruit, tamarind, and caviar cream. This sounds extremely difficult too, right?
Yeah,
so Buddha made veal tartare with jackfruit, tamarind, and cucumber. Which, I mean, this shit just sounds crazy to me. Yeah.
And when they come up to they walk up to the table, and Pamela goes, last but I know not least. Just kidding, the leastest of all. You guys are like nothing, stupid faces.
So the winner is Gabri of that one. And she goes, okay, the winners from each round were Nicole, Tom, Dale, May, and Gabri. And our favorite was surprising, unexpected, delicious, and it belongs...
And stupid.
And it belonged to a woman who really loves Old Navy men's flower shirts and could possibly work at the Hamburger Hut. May! I love May. She wears the same kind of shirts I do. And she's so sweet.
May.
I'm like, I love your wardrobe. I would think we have the same wardrobe.
So Padma goes, May, you utilized the 3 ingredients you had beautifully. And not only did you just win immunity, but you won $10,000 from our friends at Ritz who just solved everything in the world. Congratulations to Ritz Crackers.
Congratulations on the world peace. Brought to you by Ritz, May. Hopefully you can stop at a blouse store on the way to the next challenge. Okay.
May, you have been firmly invited to the United Nations where you'll be speaking to a joint group of all the nations in the world to tell them how your amuse-bouche on a Ritz cracker solved everything. Congratulations.
I suggest you call your speech, "Hey, let's get this world out of a jam, shall we?" You're welcome. All right. Chefs, you did great, but this next challenge could get a little sticky. That's right. It's a booger challenge.
Now, we're here in England, and that's why this challenge is going to be sticky, not like toffee pudding. That's the second week in a row she's did a misdirection. Last week she goes, this challenge is going to be easy peasy, but it won't be a mushy peas challenge. And now she's doing sticky, not toffee pudding in England. I was like, what the fuck?
Nope, it's just boogers. We're going to give you boogers and one other ingredient, and you're going to have to make them delicious, and you have to serve them off the tip of your finger. After 19 seasons of Top Chef, no ingredient has caused more chefs to pack their knives than, well, scallops probably from the freezer section, let's be honest. But the script says...
Not being friends with David Chang.
Rice! So these guys bring in these huge tables of all the different kinds of rice. And Luciana's like, rice is so important. In Brazil, if you go to someone's house and there's no rice, we think, what happened in the kitchen?
I've never seen such a sexy chef without rice. That's what happens in Brazil because everyone's sexy there. So Padma's like, chefs, please welcome your guest judge from Top Chef, not America. It's Lorna Misake. So then
I totally don't hate her at all and don't resent her for trying to be the South African version of Padma. Welcome, not Padma. How are you?
Wow, it's a very beautiful woman. I don't know what to do with this right now. I'm feeling a little threatened. No gel mat for her. Take away the gel mat.
Wow, Lorna, it's so nice to see someone with their feet touching the ground. Literally. Ha ha.
So Lorna's like, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. And Sarah's like, wow, I'm starting to see a theme. It's that Top Chef reaches all parts of the world. It's fun to be able to cook for so many different palates. Oh, Sarah, you just learned about television, didn't you?
Sarah just learned about franchises. She's like, wow, this is crazy. So Padma's like, rice is a staple food all around the world. Sarah, stupid.
I also, no, I'm laughing because I wrote down pretty much the same thing. Stupid.
Rice dishes can be different depending where you're from. And Lorna's like, you have to get the water to rice ratio perfectly. Yeah, take some advice from May, who got her cracker to jam ratio perfectly. Hey, hope it still works with rice, May.
For your elimination challenge, we'd like a rice dish that maybe could solve world peace. I don't know. How you want to prepare it is up to you. Sweet, savory, and if you're daring, a risotto. Ha 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 ha.
But you should know, you'll be cooking your rice dish for 100 guests at Somethingware Palace.
Paddington Bear will be your guest judge tonight, so please cook properly.
And Luciana's like, can I have a rice cooker? Yeah. Padma's like, remember, feature the rice. We'll see you tomorrow.
And Lorna's like, chefs, I'm super excited to taste your food, so good luck. Quiet. That was too nice. What you say is, you're stupid and you'll never do this right. Bye.
It's like the opposite of smiling. You want to smile at them in a way that says, you're stupid, and then walk away. So now they're driving, and Buddha's like, oh, God, some of them are real stressed, but not me. I'm always sweet and gentle and nice. And did he say that?
Ali says that. Ali says that, but Buddha says, how do you make rice the star of the show? I know. I'm going to make my rice in the shape of a star, and then I'm going to make a rice curtain, so it's like there's a show, and there's a star rice there.
So Luciana is saying that she's been in London 19 years, and I came here to learn English, and I came for 3 months, and 19 years later, and I'm still here cooking. I want to serve a category. which is a British Indian fusion type dish, to show her appreciation for living in this amazing city.
Yes, and then Victoire is going to make mafe, which is like a traditional Congolese dish. And May knows that everyone's going to go savory, so she's going to go dessert. She's going to do like a Thai taro pudding. And then Ali says he's going to make lamb uzi with basmati rice, which is famous in Jordan, and his influence is his mother.
Yeah, and he tells us that his influence in cooking is his mother, but the main chef in his region are all men. And he's like, and that's why in my restaurant, we offer many positions for women as chefs and front of the house. I was like, God.
Which is why his restaurant is upside down. Yeah. It's upside.
So Gabri is making a mole, and he also wants to do a risotto. And of course, he's Gabri, so he needs to move really fast and use 54 ingredients. And then he starts listing them. He's like, here's the ingredients I need. Piquillo pepper, tomatillo pepper, chocolate, cinnamon, pepper, fish pepper. And he just starts listing all the things.
Literally everything in Whole Foods. And then Dawn, she's going to make a black rice congee, and she says she wants to do that because she knows it's going to hold up for several hours. And that like hit a red flag for me, because I feel like when chefs think about like, oh, this is going to hold up, I was like, it's going to be like not the right consistency. Like when they're not thinking about like the flavor first and all that, when they're like, she's like overthinking it. I just was like, I just
also
had a bad feeling.
Also when she says like, hey, it's just overcooked rice. So it'll hold together, you know, just using the term overcooked rice, even though that's what it is. I'm like, oh, you're coming from
Something
a place
feels wrong.
of, yeah, it does. And Dale makes this too. Dale makes a version of this too. And I was feeling the same thing with him.
But it's also like, it's almost like she is, yeah, she's like gaming the system a little bit, not gaming the system, but she's thinking about like strategy of like how to be successful with the dish, not strategy against other people. But she's also kind of like, she's like upending a very classic, you know, traditional dish. That's like maybe made that way for a reason. It's like last year when that one guy decided he's going to grill potatoes, and it's like, well, there's a reason why potatoes aren't grilled. Like it doesn't work, you know?
Well, she didn't make that adjustment yet, right? Because right now she's just worried about getting the rice cooked all the way, so then she can mix the other stuff in.
My understanding was that like congee's not normally made with black rice, and like maybe there's a reason for that, but I could be wrong. I'm sure there may be a black rice congee out there. I don't know. Don't pin me to the congee cross. But you know,
my
that's what I
rice
was
is
saying,
very
like,
simple. I'm Lebanese, so I'm used to like regular white rice and basmati rice. Like that's what we have, and that's pretty. And then I have brown rice at all times because I put all my stuff in jars. You know, so when you open the cabinet and someone sees it, they're like, "Wow, brown rice! Wow, Ronnie, look at you!" I really love that. It's never been touched. I think I made it one time. So next they're checking out, and Gabri's like, "Oh my god! In my last season, I didn't have to do the shopping at all, and my cart still has half the ingredients, and I already spent £350. What do I do? Count your shit." While you're shopping, that's what you do. Have you never been to a grocery store? You add it up as you go.
I know, and it's also that funny thing where people on Top Chef are always like, it drives me nuts. It's like you're on a food competition, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna make something that normally takes 5 days and requires like 40 million ingredients, and I've decided I'm gonna do it, even though there's no way I can actually do this. Although somehow Gabri pulls it off this episode. But then they have a cliffhanger, like, oh my God, I'm already like so over budget. And then it comes back and it's like, hey, can I borrow some money? And May's like, cool. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
I'm surprised that you can do that.
I know.
Because the goal is that everybody has the same amount of money. It's not fair that one person gets another amount, that they get more money than everybody else, even though it's someone else's used money or not unused money. I don't know. That seemed fishy to me.
But
I'd like to check the rules on that.
But they can share ingredients, so I guess it's almost the same difference.
Well, that said, I love mole, so I'm glad that she loaned him some money, you know. So I love May, by the way. She's like the sweetest. And she goes, I'm so happy to share because keeping that money is not going to help me to win. I was like, I love you, May. Love you. Love you, girl. Sorry I made fun of your shirt. So now back in the kitchen, Charbel's talking about how his first job at a big kitchen, he was on the rice station and he kept messing it up and getting screamed at. And that's how he learned to cook basmati blindfolded.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so he's going to mess up his rice today. But he doesn't, actually. And then Dawn is saying, like, this is not, like, time is not on our side today. Like, I have to have pressure cookers because black rice takes a long time to cook, and I want to get it cooked all the way so I can make the congee tomorrow. And I was like, oh, this is, the pressure cookers are always, that's a scary thing on Top Chef, too. I'm just like, ooh, why you, like, time is an issue for you. Why are you trying to do something that you have to use the pressure cooker to make it work for a version of something that doesn't normally have black rice, as far as I know, but I could be wrong.
Well, and the thing that sucks about pressure cookers the most, and I only use the like crock pot type, what's that thing called?
Yeah,
the Instapot. That's the only kind
yeah.
I use. But the thing that sucks is you can't test it. You can't be like, oh, maybe that's enough time,
Exactly.
and then taste it. You have to completely depressurize it to taste it. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, oh, girl, why are you giving yourself such an uphill battle right now? Like reinventing a congee and using a rice that's going to take more time than you have. I don't know.
Yeah, so Tom comes in, and well, actually, no, I guess this is Tom, the German, the contestant. Tom. He's like, every country in the world uses rice, and there's not a single rice dish on the menu in Germany, man. I mean, come on. But my colleagues are Indian, so we do this for family meals, and it means something. That's what it means to me, something.
Yeah, it is Sri Lankan German dish now. So then Gabriel's making his mole, and he's saying how it normally takes 2 days. The usual, whenever anyone makes mole on this show, they always have to remind us it normally takes 2 days, and they're doing it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Amar's making arancini, and at one point his risotto gets into Dawn's pot. I'm like, she has very bad pot luck.
She really does.
It's not working out for her on this season.
Was it Dawn's pot? I couldn't tell whose pot it was.
It was her pot, yeah.
Oh my God. So, so now it's Tom, right? Okay, yeah. So now Tom and Lauren come in, and Tom is like, "Wow, hey, chefs. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?" She's like, "I'm making an everything bagel, Tom. That's how I'm doing, okay? And it's not going to be a bagel. It's going to be made with rice and bottle caps, okay? Because that's how we do it where I come from."
Okay, so how do you present an everything bagel made out of rice? How are you going to do that? She's like, well, I'm gonna do some sticky rice, and I'm gonna put some plants on top of it because the rice isn't in season yet. I'm gonna pour some Miller Lite on it, and we're gonna put that on the plancha. See what happens.
Press up some Cheetos and make magic. That's someone fucking do it. And
Did you know they got TV shows outside of America? I just found out about it. This is wild.
They have TVs all over the world, Tom. This is not a fucking joke, all right? And Lauren's like, oh, this is quite popular at the moment. And everything bagel rice? And Sarah goes, maybe I made it popular. That's right.
Lauren's like, don't think so, little lady. So then Dale's making his congee. So Dale's never made congee before. So I'm already nervous for him now because he's never done it. And so Lorna gives him this look like, and Tom's like, oh, that's weird. Normally Padma sort of furrows her brow a little bit more, then laughs and sort of like this stupid person, and then just sort of points and says, look at them, they're not going to be here for long. So it's sort of weird to see your version of it, Lorna.
Dale's like, don't worry, my cooks make this for a staff meal, so I can figure it out. And Tom's like, do you pay attention when they make it? I was like, Padma? And Dale's like, yeah, well, I started out with Gordon Ramsay here. And yes, Dale, we fucking know with your bloody thumbs cracking crabs. Okay, we know. And he's like, and then we're opening 2 restaurants in Tokyo, Japan. And I had my son in Japan with me. I've essentially been a single father since he was 5. So I was like, wait a minute. Who let him on here? He's there for his son. Get rid of him.
He's like, look, I realize I might want to go on Top Chef someday. So I said to my wife, let me raise our son in Japan so that way I can do the single father thing. Otherwise, they're never going to let me on.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So Tom is like, hi, Sylvia. Did you get the message? We're making rice dishes, not potato dishes, because I see a lot of potatoes. And she's like, yes, I'm from Poland, and I potato. Potatoes are just fat rice. That's all. Oh, okay. Good luck with you with that.
We call potato Gail rice. Well, that was
That's pretty
not
good.
as mean when Podman does it, but okay. And she goes,
Yeah.
besides, I don't like this rice, so my potato will highlight rice. He's like, okay, I don't know what that means, but good luck. And then
Yeah.
my
You're like my
favorite.
son. You're like my son. Just a very clear thing that you have to do in life, and you decide to do something ridiculous instead. Good job. Good job.
The gift that cements my love for Sylvia forever. I'm Potato Girl.
I knew when she said that, I was like, Ronnie just did a fist pump in the air.
I did. I was like, yes. Between Sylvia's menu and May's outfits, I'm like, you guys, I'm seeing. This is Top Chef Rondell star. So next is Begonia, and she's doing sweetened rice, and she's like, I love the flavor. I'm going to do fillet with lemon and risotto. And he goes, well, so lemon risotto then. She goes, I hope. Wow, who knew rice could be so exciting? Huh. Guess I'll see you later.
Yeah, I think she was actually doing a seaweed rice, FYI, not a sweetened rice. Just for people who are like, it was seaweed.
Oh, did I say sweetened? Because I wrote I'm doing seaweed rice.
Oh,
So
yeah, you said
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry,
right.
everybody.
It's okay. We all make mistakes. Just
Really
like,
gailed that one up.
listen. Sometimes what we say and what we mean are two different things. Like when my son said, hey, Dad, I want to follow in your footsteps. And then he became a mixologist, 30 minutes left, chefs. 30 minutes left to make your mini potatoes.
So he leaves, and then Amar is like, okay, anybody done with this water? I see water here on the stoves. There's 2 pots of water. Anybody? Is anybody using this water? And they show up a close-up of every chef not answering. It's like,
Yeah.
everybody, do you hear me? 2 pots of water here.
Going once. Going twice. 2 pots of water that are boiling on the stove possibly belong to, I don't know, Luciana. I don't know. Anyone. Nope.
Now, to be fair, why would anybody be boiling water on a stove if they're not going to use it? You know what I mean? But I don't know how else he could have gone about that, So, I don't know.
Yeah.
My judgment is
I think he did
putting
a
it
good
just put
job
on
of
pause for a moment.
I agree. I had that same feeling, but I also felt like he did sort of call out, and he did it a few times. So that was on Luciana, because she's like has all these eggs, and then she goes to the stovetop, and her boiling water isn't there, and she's like, who took my pans from here, guys? The pans with the hot water, like that's not right, guys. Come on, who took my water? My guys.
Yeah.
My food.
She's like, who took it? Who took it? And Gabriel's like, Brazilian fire. And she goes, who took my pants? Who took my eggs? I had 2 pants here. And we get a dun, dun, dun commercial. And Dawn is like, well, when Luciana turned into beast mode, I realized she was talking about Amar and I moving pots. And I was like, oh, Dawn moved pots too? Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
Wait, are you saying that when Luciana was saying, who moved my pots, you realized she was talking about the time you guys moved her pots?
Oh my gosh. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry, we did ask. And so Luciana's like, that's unfair, but you know what? Forget about feelings and move on. There's no time. So then we go, everybody's kind of finishing up, right? So Sylvia's cooked her rice for tomorrow, and she'll add spices later. And Gabri finishes his mole, but not the blending part, which she'll do later. And then Luciana has to peel 100 eggs tomorrow, or whatever. Yeah. Now, Dawn is not as lucky because her rice is crispy. So she's like, okay, so tomorrow I guess I'm going to have to focus all I can on making it a congee.
Yeah, so it's not looking good. So then we're back in the next day. There's some chitter chat at the hotel. Like Begonia loves that she and May and Sylvia they all speak different languages, but they all understand each other. And then,
well, they all understand each other, but they can't understand actual American English speakers. I thought that was funny. They're like, we are all from different countries and understand each other in English, but I don't know what the fuck the Americans are talking about. Like, what the hell? And they all start laughing.
And then Gabri brings Luciana tea, and she's like, "Oh, remember yesterday when I was like really crazy? Remember that? Ha ha ha!" She's like laughing with like rage in her eyes, like, "This tea better be hotter next time."
I know. He's like, "Why do you think I'm bringing you tea?" So then they're driving to the venue, and Amara's like, "Yeah, yesterday it was horrible, but I love the fine dining, like using little tweezers and stuff." And Canada smiles like, "I call tweezers sissy tongs."
Everyone like laughs, and Mara's like, So then now they're arriving at the Alexandra Palace, and they all have tents that they're going to be cooking in. They got 1 hour to cook. So Dawn's really stressed because of her rice situation. So she puts it in the pressure cooker and hoping that it's going to get to where it needs to be. So we all know it's not going to, because it just won't. And
Gabri just keeps saying, mole, this normally takes 2 days, and I've made it in 5 minutes. Wow. I bet my grandmother would be jealous because I did this in 2 hours.
You didn't do it in 2 hours, sir. You're just blending right now. That doesn't count, I feel like. So,
well, he made the stuff to blend yesterday, so I guess he's saying that was
maybe that was 2 hours.
Yeah, and then
okay,
today's
fine.
a blend.
I will allow it as someone who's like is not a mole expert whatsoever. So then, and then Ali is talking about he's using charcoal in his rice to give it a really smoky flavor, and May is telling Buddha that she's making this dessert to dedicate to her mom, and she talks about how she came out at 13, which is really young, to her mom, and her mom at first, like didn't understand, but like always accepted her and always loved her, and then now it's great between them.
I thought it was cute. She said, like, I would do my best to prove to her that being me is okay. And now she's happy.
Yeah.
Like, what a great way of looking at that, Like,
Probably
I wasn't accepted, so I just showed her it's okay until she was happy. I just shoved that woman so full of rice pudding.
I was gonna say,
so she had no other choice but to smile.
I think like when your daughter is just making delicious food for you every single day, you suddenly realize, you know what, I better accept her.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's back to lean cuisine.
As long as this gay can cook, she's fine by me.
I know.
So May's like, we have 10 minutes, and Canada smiles like, stop pressuring me, bro. So then Sylvia's like, I'm going to use vanilla salt on top. It's risky, but I'm going to show rice can have different flavor. And
then she shrugs like, yeah. She gives this like look on her face like, I mean, anything can help because rice is so stupid. What's a stupid grain? We'll put vanilla salt on it. Anything. Don't love this idea for her. I already think it's like a little weird that she's doing this curry and then that she's gonna put vanilla salt on it. Vanilla is really hard to use in savory dishes. Like I feel like vanilla and rose water are like those are landmines, but especially vanilla because I'm still traumatized from when I went to Stephanie Izzard's restaurant, The Girl and the Goat, and I had some chicken that had like vanilla, like a vanilla sauce on it. And it was like literally one of the most disgusting things I've had in the past 10 years. No shade to Stephanie, but like that vanilla was not used properly. And I'm like,
and vanilla
Stephanie
salt?
Izzard can't use it. And she's like, great.
Yeah, vanilla salt. I mean, how does that even work? Just salt that has vanilla flavoring?
I don't know. I
do have salt and I do have vanilla, so I think I'm going to mix them and see what that's like. But I have a feeling it's not going to be great.
No.
So the guests arrive and they start, serving. And Dale's like, I'm from Saskatoon, Canada. Anybody know where that is? They're like, gross. All the customers.
All the British people are like, we used to own that.
Padma and Lorna come in and she's like, well, you got to see the chefs today with Tom. Good for you. I was so happy for you. I was so glad not to have to come check on the chefs today, bitch.
And she's like, were they calm? I'm sure they were calm. I'm sure your not star power had them not trembling.
Rice messes up our best chefs. And Lorna's like, wow, America, huh? And Gail's like, oh my God, guys, the smells in here. Okay, train spotting, calm down, okay?
Get your face out of the cotton candy, okay? We got a challenge to do here.
I'm going to tell you once today, Gail, breathe out of your mouth. Okay. I know I'm normally telling you the opposite, but just breathe out of your mouth, Gail.
So now they're coming up in batches to present their food. So first we have Luciana or Luciana, and she's made the kedgeree with the curry smoked haddock. Did you cook the rice here? Did you actually touch this rice? Because it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. That's how you do it, Lorna.
Was this rice cooked here in a palace, or was it cooked in a gross kitchen with a clock decoration? See what I did there, Lorna? Tricked her. And Sarah's like, all right, I did everything rice with salmon and cucumber and cream cheese because it's like an everything bagel. Get it? And Nicole did, Nicole's like, one of my favorite rolls is crispy furikake rice with negatoro. So enjoy, everybody.
So Sarah, how do you actually eat this rice? And Sarah's like, well, you can use it like a little cracker and like just two-hand it. Oh, like a cracker. We get it, Ritz. You didn't win the challenge. You don't have to keep kissing up the corporations. Too late.
So they like Sarah's. Lorna says there's interesting flavors, and Lorna's like, I absolutely love it. What a banger.
Yeah, I love when a chef has an idea and that turns the whole thing on its head. Like, I love that. Unlike my son, who still making screwdrivers at some bar in Brooklyn. I wouldn't call that revolutionary, would I? Huh.
Wow, what was that? A female empowerment M&M's idea? Because it was turned right on its head.
Right on its head. This everything bagel is like everything for women. Yeah.
Nicole's dish is tasty and very Sarah. Common, I meant.
I know rice is supposed to be the star, but it's almost like there's too much rice in this dish. Oh, God. It's like Gail. Gail, after she goes to an all-you-can-eat rice buffet, am I right? Just too much rice in her.
And Lorna's like, I agree with Tom. But no, I agree with Tom. Lorna. Well, I do as well. No, I agree with Tom. Lorna. Somebody take the gel mat away from Lorna.
Lorna's like, I just feel like the ratio is off. Oh, ratio. Oh, way to listen in on my discussions with the guy from the Quickfire Challenge when I said, psh, 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 ratio. Psh, 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 psh.
Unfortunately for you, I TM'd ratio. Try again, Lorna. So they talk about Luciana's dish, and Tom's like, we got our first overcooked rice dish. And Lorna's like, but, the rice is like overcooked, but it's also still hard. That's what I used to say about salmon. But she did do a great job of smoking the fish, and the egg was beautiful.
Oh, God, don't get Gail talking about eggs. It's close you'll ever get to seeing a female erection.
So Sylvie is telling customers, I'm proud of where I'm from. Enjoy potato.
Yeah. So Begonia, Sylvia, and Victoire present, and Begonia has a lemon rice with pickled ginger and beetroot and seaweed, and Sylvia has coconut rice with that vanilla salted massaman curry, and Victoire has basmati rice with her sauce mafe and shrimp.
I like that Padma keeps asking the chef. She's like, so, is this basmati rice? Thought so. So, is this black rice? Thought so.
Do you know what rice is? Spell rice.
Look at me guessing all the rice while Lorna just sits there staring at Tom like she has a chance.
Lorna, this is rice, right? And not farro.
Lorna, stop trying to roll the rice. It's not dice, it's rice.
Begonias, her flavors are just like really out there, but it works. Rice is the star.
Begonias was stunning.
Of course. Everything she does is like amazing.
I mean, it was fucking stunning. It was pink, like she dyed the rice with the vegetable that she was using. I mean, just gorgeous.
It was so pretty. Gail wants to multiply it and change it into all sorts of different colors and put it on her blouse. She just loves the pattern.
Gail, she loves the pickled ginger beetroot pattern. So they talk about Begonia, yeah. And Gail's like, strange but really alluring pop of horseradish.
Anyone want to take that one? Anyone? I feel like it's really obvious. No? Okay.
I'm just glad Gail ate her vegetables today. Tom? Well, Sylvie's dish is great, but the rice, you know what? The rice is not a star. I was expecting a little more Shall We Dance from the rice, you know? No, what's that song called? I Hope We Dance? What was that song from last week?
I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little more I Hope You Dance from this rice, but it's not a star. Not a star.
I hope Gail gets a fashion sense. That's my favorite song.
There's a sharp corner of sweetness to this dish. Okay.
Sure.
Gail gets so intense. I love Gail.
I love her. I love Gail. So Gail's like, I thought that Victorious was very successful, but like it shouldn't have been in a bowl. Did she say it shouldn't have been in a bowl? Right?
No, Lorna did. She's like, putting it in a bowl. And Padma goes, it breaks the rice. Yes, that's what I was about to say, Lorna.
Yeah, I hate bowls too. In fact, I kind of invented hating bowls. So in a way, like Lorna was copying me.
Did you say something, swim fan? I mean, Lorna.
I bet Lorna likes putting things in bowls more than she admits.
So, let's see. So Buddha serves a chicken rice,
Chinese, like a Chinese preparation, and he's like, it's a dish that my dad would teach me. It's like, okay, Buddha, that was last season. You can't keep pulling that heartstring.
Oh, here's Buddha with his dad song and dance, everybody. And Gabri's like, Gabri made a green risotto with mole negro. And then Dale serves his congee with short rib and pickled mushrooms. And so Tom's like, well, so this is your first congee ever, huh? Well, good luck. Good luck with that one, buddy.
Wow. It's like we're having a congee go visit. That was from Ali Wong. I asked her to send me one this morning. She's a dear friend.
I love the cookery on Buddha's dish.
Yes, and whatever Lorna is about to say, I said it first.
It really is a hog in a bowl. Oh, shut up, slut.
Sometimes things just have to be put into a bowl, okay? I hate bowls. I hate them. They're awful.
Let's God, poor Gail. Have you ever seen a picture of Gail as a child? That was her haircut. Please don't bring up bowls to Gail.
So, Capri's risotto. I love the flavors in it. Yeah, I really think the consistency is perfect. And Lorna goes, you know what? It really is a hug in a bowl. See? What a hypocrite. Now all of a sudden she loves bowls. She loves hugs in a bowls. I can't with this woman.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Dale's dish. What a stupid mustache. Am I right? And Lorna's like, actually, it's a great balance. She goes, well, I would have liked more congee personally, but I devoured his dish. I loved it. Well, actually, I did as well. Shut up. Nobody asked you, stupid face. You didn't even taste it. You didn't even know what rice is.
You don't even have a prepared joke from Ali Wong about congee.
Love the idea of Padma just being so flummoxed she can't even come up with anything truly mean to say.
I know.
She's so threatened by Lorna.
Did you mean to serve this with a spoon? God damn it.
So now they're talking about May because she made dessert. And then Tom did Sri Lankan something with a goji berry salad. And
yes, the biryani,
May serves her dessert, her salted coconut milk and sweet potato pudding.
And Charbel did like Lebanese spice rice with mint and cucumber yogurt.
Yeah, it's so crazy seeing that being served in a fancy way, because I'm used to that kind of food. It's like, wow, cucumber and rice and yogurt. What a stunning revelation.
It's like when Gail puts on a heel. It's like, wow, you can dress up.
And I love seeing a Lebanese cook on here. I love that. I feel
great.
seen.
I'm happy for
I've
you.
never really felt that. Like when you see like gay people, I've never been like, oh my God, that is so me. I feel so seen. I mean, I love like seeing gays and everything. But when I see when I see the food, I guess that's what I identify with the most in my life is food. So when I see food that I actually make and eat, I'm like, yes, Charbel, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I am actually genuinely happy that you have that experience, you know?
Well, thanks. Oh God, I can't wait to see his version of pita bread. Am I right, everybody?
Well, looks like we got a bunch of chicken and rice dishes. It's pretty good. I think that Tom did a good job. Of course, I'm not talking about me, although I did do a good job raising my son, but apparently not good enough because he's only a mixologist, not an actual chef. I mean, it's not like I had him working with me in the kitchen for 20 years of his life, side by side, teaching him everything I knew so it could be passed on for generation to generation. So I guess you could say I failed as much as a father as Tom the German did as well as a chef on a boat.
Well, I'll say this much about Tom's work. There was a lot of precision to his work. Wow, he had about as much precision as you have sloppy forkage in your work. Well said, Gail. Now, 2 of these chicken and rices, out of them both, I like Charbel's the best. I do love the nuts. Oh, Gail, all right, this isn't your wedding vow time, all right?
I thought V's dish was fantastic. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh, really? But it was served in a bowl. Wait, where do we stand on bowls? I can't tell because first we didn't like bowls, but now things were served felt like a hug in a bowl. Where do we stand?
Donna, do you like bowls? I do. I hate bowls. Everything served in a bowl loses. That's what I say.
This pudding should have been served on a plate like a normal person, not a monster. That's what we're going to call her. Monster May. Hey, Mother, may I be a monster?
Wait a second, but I do have to admit, May did rice 2 ways. And Tom goes, well, it was about the rice. Finally, now, coming to a theater near you, it's a film starring rice because it's the center of the film. Well done. Well done, May.
Hey, Lorna, what have you done 2 ways? Well, actually, I can do a lot of different things 2 ways.
Oh, yeah, slut and slut. Stupid.
Someone fire her. I'll do it. You're fired, Lorna. You can't do that. I'm actually beloved in my country, and I'm already won over the American audiences.
Oh.
Quiet!
So Ali, Amar, and Don are up, and Ali does his lamb uzi, and Amar serves a pomegranate beef stew with a saffron aranchin, and Don does a black Venus congee with braised oxtail.
The reason why I mentioned on the side is because last week it was supposed to be vegetables are the star with just a touch of protein, and he put a big ass scallop in the middle and the vegetables on the side. And this week it's supposed to be make rice the star, and he does this whole beef stew with like a ball on literally hanging off the side of this plate.
That's true, yeah. That's
Sorry,
funny.
I really had to speak my anti-side agenda.
I don't know, but I see a big fried rice ball like that, and I cannot imagine having the gall to complain because that looked amazing.
Well, but also like, the ball looked great. So why did you make a whole stew with it? Why don't you have the ball right in the center and be like, make the ball the star? Like the ball was not the star. That ball could be a star.
Probably because if you put it in the center of the stew, it would be all soggy by the time they got it.
That's what I'm saying. Don't make the stew. You put a big ball. You put a big ball with a lovely garnish, and you're good to go.
Yeah. So then Don. Okay, we already said that. So what did you think of Amar's? You know what I think? If you said his name backwards, it would be Shrama. Anybody?
Hey, Lorna, why don't you give your opinion about Amar's first? Lorna, say it.
I love beef stew.
Love the beef stew. I said it first. Yes.
I didn't think.
I think
he highlighted the rice.
Highlighted the rice. Oh,
Lorna is a better host than Padma.
Person than Padma. Hey,
got you, bitch. Well, I love the pomegranate, but the meat is tough. What about Ali?
I mean, Gail chewed right through it, but she basically has razor blades in her mouth.
So Lorna loves Ali's smokiness because he used literally a piece of charcoal in there. And Padma's like, wow, really smoky. And Gail's like, it hit me. Oh no, Gail, what did you say to it?
It's like the first time she tried to brush her teeth with a Charleston chew. It just really hit her hard. So,
It's like the time I hid the female M&Ms up in the top cabinet, and Gail tried to get it and knocked down the mixer.
hey, guys, I have something to say. If Dawn didn't tell me this was a kanji, I wouldn't have known. I would have been like, I really enjoy this non-kanji rice dish. How embarrassing.
So let's see. Padma, Gail is like, it's crispy rice and brother. I don't know. Padma loved the oxtail on Dawn's, but Gail didn't like that the rice was crispy.
Gail, as someone else who has a tail here at this table, what did you think about the oxtail?
And Tom's like, well, there are a lot of good dishes. In terms of my favorite, I just don't know. But Gabri's first bite. Wow, whoa, wow, whoa, whoa, wow, wow, whoa, whoa, wow, wow, whoa. And Gail's like, well, in terms of intrigue, Begonia was amazing.
Yeah, and I love that rice pudding. I love that. I mean, who'd have thought that there still are children that want to impress their parents out there? Wow, May, restoring my faith.
And Ali, he knocked it out of the park, didn't he? Shut up. Well, Del's kanji was pretty good. Really was. Really good kanji. Really good. I want to say kanji a few times before I get on, what's her buns' face about it. Just a minute. Kanji, kanji, kanji. Whoa, loved Dale's kanji. All I really wanted today when I got out of bed was a good kanji. Woof, sure got that from Dale. Wow, Dale. Wow, Dale. Do we have enough there? Let me do one more. Kanji, Dale, yes, go!
Wow, Tom, if you like kanji so much, why don't you just make some into a fedora and put it onto your head already?
So now we're in the stew room. And they're all chatting, and Padma comes in with her scary face. I love when Padma uses scary face. She's like,
Yeah.
We'd like to see Gabri, Dawn, Luciana, Ali, May, and Sylvia, and a haircut for Gail. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to walk into the judging room, and please stay 25 feet behind me. Thank you so much.
COVID rules still apply, okay? It's called COVID rules. Yeah.
May, Ali, and Gabri, you three are the plainest people in this room. How do you feel?
You three are the most in need of decorating like a Christmas tree. But you did have our favorite dishes of the day. How does it feel? And Gabri is like, redemption. My dish was inspired by my mother's dish and my grandmother's dish, but they took 2 days. I beat those skanks with a 2-hour cook.
Now, how much water do you normally spill into your grandmother's mole?
How many times have you tried to sabotage your grandmother's mole, eh?
Well, I love the mashing up of the two cuisines. That was a really great technique that you showed there. And Lorna's like, it was a beautiful plate to feed. And that I would have any single...
Beautiful.
Any day.
I would have it any day.
Any day. Delicious. I couldn't imagine anything more wonderful. And I would eat a bowl of it. Without any regard.
Without any regards. Wait a minute. We hate bowls. Oh.
Ali, how did the day go for you? And Ali is like, he says he was challenged by cooking outside because normally it's cooked underground.
Oh my God. So you've met all of Sarah's relatives?
She's from Kentucky. It's not even a country.
Poor Sarah.
I know. Like, I love all these people, and we are so mean to them. And I literally love them all so much. Like, I love Padma. I love Gail. I love Tom. I love Sarah. And we're just terrible people.
Yeah, it's fun. So Gail's like, the thing that hit me. Oh my God, Gail! Another victim story from Gail. Gail, what else?
Was it my shoe? Was it my shoe? Because I did throw it at you in case you missed. I think you thought it was a snack. She caught it with her mouth. It's very impressive.
So they loved Maze, obviously, right? And Tom's like, you gave us a rice dish, but that could be boring, but this was exciting. And May's like, yeah, but, even though I have immunity, I'd like to do my best. And Tom's like, well, I felt the sweet potato was, it was a foil because it created another texture. It was another mushy thing on top of another mushy thing, but it was a different mushy. Lots of good mushy things rubbing around. Was it bathing suit season in Gail's block?
And I thought the crispy rice cracker was spectacular. Oh yeah, real original. She made a cracker on Cracker Challenge Day. Wow. Let's see, how many wars did your cracker fix?
No, and Lorna's like, and the fact that this was inspired by your mum and your grandmother makes it even more special. Oh, wow, Lorna.
So May starts telling about how, like, growing up, like, with her mom cooking, like, her mom would make dessert and sell at the market to take care of the family. And May just starts crying. And Padma's like, oh, does this make you sad? Do you want to cry? Would you like to cry some more? We found our crybaby this season, everyone. It's May. Mother, may I cry?
Wow, you really honored the women of your family, May. Now please get some scissors and honor Gail's head by giving her layers. All right, everybody, there can only be one winner.
And also apparently one crier. That's May.
And the shift today that really understood the brief, the winner for this challenge is Ali. And everyone's like, oh, and he's so happy he won, obviously. And he's like, sorry, Mom, but today I cook better Uzi than you.
Whoa.
Yeah, no kidding. Throw down with Mom.
And the loser, of course, are bowls. Okay, that means that Sylvia, Dawn, and Luciana, unfortunately, the three of you served your food in bowls today. I'm terribly sorry. Bowls are out.
So Tom's like, all right, well, all the dishes were good today, but this was a rice challenge. I want to see a rice in a top hat with a cane doing a little tap dance on the bottom of the TV screen because the rice needs to be the star. Okay?
Yeah, I need the rice to be receiving an award for Best Picture. It's the star. Every rice, everywhere, all at once. Okay. So Luciana, they talk about Luciana's dish first, and Lorna's like, the fish was cooked perfectly, and the eggs were cooked perfectly, but the rice just didn't have any flavor. And Tom's like, he's like, yeah, I mean, your rice was overcooked and undercooked at the same time, and it's almost like it was cooked too quickly. It's almost like you made a rash decision to be like, hey, how about I be a mixologist? That's going to work out for me for the rest of my life. Great decision.
Dawn, how did the day go for you? Got the Padma evil question. And Dawn's like, well, I par-cooked the rice and then I reduced the soup into porridge. And Tom's like, it was soup. She goes, well, black rice releases such beautiful starch, and I thought that would be enough to feel like a congee. And Gail's like, it ate crunchy, so I wasn't really getting that creaminess I want from a bowl of congee.
It was like a bowl of Gail's hair, crunchy and disappointing because it was in a bowl, which are out.
And Sylvia is like, well, I was happy with my dish, but I'm from Poland and we are all potatoes. Yeah, and you should see a picture of Gail's family. They're all potatoes too.
Sylvia, by the way, for the record, Sylvia was on the receiving end of a classic Padma question formation. Sylvia, did you feel good about the way your dish came out?
She also gets her here because Sylvia goes, rice is not my favorite thing. And Padma goes, I can appreciate that. How did you cook it? It's just so funny.
I can appreciate that. Just kidding. I can't at all, you stupid bitch.
So it's like, I finished in coconut rice and vanilla salt. And like, oh my God, vanilla salt.
Vanilla salt. Oh my God. I mean, I've heard of Veruca salt, but not vanilla salt.
Well, it was probably as sweet as May's dessert there. Well, and Gail's like, I found sweetness in the stew. Yeah, Gail, it was made with fucking coconut milk. And vanilla. Okay.
And vanilla salt. Vanilla salt. It's like the Lorna of salt. No offense, Lorna.
Well, that stew was incredible, but unfortunately, it wasn't about stew today. Just like it's not about bitch. So that bitch isn't going to get to me. Wow, that's pretty bold of you.
That almost sounded like bold, but it's bold. Difference.
Actually, I did say bowl. Thank you very much. I would
Oh,
appreciate
you
the
did
credit for saying that's very
Oh.
bold of you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what other me did there.
So Padma's like, we have a lot to discuss. Unfortunately, it's not with poor people. Please go back to the other room.
So Luciana's like, wow, for me to go home with rice, I don't think I could enter Brazil anymore. Oh, is Brazil what we're calling the Soho House now? Because you were never allowed.
So Tom's like, Luciana sucks. Okay, there's no there. I just don't like it. Not into it. And Padma says, Sylvia gave us a dessert rice. I thought vanilla was weird.
And it was in a bowl. And Tom's like, yeah, I mean, you had sweet vanilla. And Gail's like, I mean, it felt unbalanced to me. Yeah, Gail, like the time you tried to walk on a plank after eating 12 cantaloupes. Totally unbalanced.
It's like me and Gail on a seesaw. So...
Again, after 12 cantaloupes.
I'm not sure Luciana or Dawn got what we were saying with this challenge. Rise. And Tom's like, yeah, but we all know that Dawn's a competitor. And Gail says, well, regardless of what we know she can do, this was not it today, Tom. This just wasn't it. Padma's like, I think we have our answer. Plates only till Lorna leaves.
Well, okay, chefs. Well, for many chefs on Top Chef, rice has been the downfall. It's always tricky. It's always difficult. And in the case of all three chefs, the problem was in execution of the rice. And unfortunately, for one of you, rice is going to be, again, a downfall.
Yeah, and, in many wars, rice is the downfall. There was Iraq, where we had to fish Saddam out of a hole he made in a mound of rice, or Vietnam, where we surrendered our rice, or World War I, where rice first used tanks, I think. So fortunately for you, rice is, again, going to be a downfall. Bubba.
As we all remember, Richard Nixon was exposed by rice falling out of the Watergate Hotel. And we all remember, of course, President Clinton, if it weren't for the rice stain on that dress, we never would have known about what happened with Monica Lewinsky.
The most famous quote from Mr. Ronald Reagan, President Ronald Reagan, sir, tear down this rice. So, unfortunately...
all those years, the people of Germany never realized that wall was made of rice. And then, of course, there's just rice... Gorbachev. Yeah,
so the rice was too hard to get through because that wall was cooked by Dawn. Dawn, please pack your knives and go. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Dawn, we know you're a great competitor who can't make rice. So we'll see you in Last Chance Kitchen.
So they comfort Dawn, and she's upset, of course, because she wasn't expecting to go home this early, but it was great to be included in the season and stuff, and she made a mistake, so what are you gonna do, But I love Dawn. This is sad because everyone on here is really talented and they're all really cool. Like, no one seems like an asshole, although we did have a couple people last week who were like, I can't believe you guys are calling Buddha a non-snob. Because we're like, yeah, Buddha's not snobby.
Yeah.
And Buddha is fully like, I love London food. I had my first quince here, and I've made it into a twill with a bit of cow leather that's been made of.
Well, I don't know. I still don't think he's like a snob. He may just have. I think he's just like, he's like highfalutin. But I don't know. I feel like he seems really nice.
Well, yeah, I said we meant it in the way that, like, I don't think he's snotty to other people. He seems like a nice person, but
yeah,
I just thought it was funny hearing that back because, of course, Buddha's totally a snob, but a food snob, and this is Top Chef, so gotta love it.
Yeah, I'm sure a villain is going to come out. A villain will emerge. Just for right now, they're all just making amazing food that's making me so hungry. And I feel like we're in like peak Padma, Tom, and Gail right now. By the way, loved Lorna too. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of her, and I hope we continue to see more of Lorna.
What a charmer! My God, what a natural host.
Yeah. Why do we need more? I demand more Lorna. I want more Lorna.
Yeah, she's charming and lovely. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being with us. This was a really fun week for us. Thanks for being with us all week. Go get your tickets for Crappens Live over at watchwhatcrappens.com and join our Patreon for bonus episodes and videos. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney. Christy Wowardy Dowardy.
Dana C. Dana Do. She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
Jamie. She has no last namey.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
You're never alone with Lacey Monteleone.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg. Sarah Greenwood. She only uses her power for good. Can't stop fanning over Tina Manning.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Better do what she says. It's Elva Enriquez. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides. Undo your fasteners. It's Aaron Kastner.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
We will, Joanna Rockland you. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
She's a good hobby. It's Lauren Hobgood.
We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.